host, Devin Moore. Kyle's not with me tonight, but of course, I've got a very special guest with me tonight, and he's going to introduce himself. So this is about to be a fun ride. Floor's all yours, sir.
Well, hello there. I am the great and powerful Cauliflower here at the Eternal Circus. And I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
On mine, of course, you are the most famous cauliflower on TikTok, and we had to bring you on the show to promote you, and we just have some fun. And of course, my first question is going to be, cauliflower, where do you come from exactly? When I was doing research on you, there isn't really much of your origin. Can you tell the people where you've come from? If that's okay.
Yes, I originally came from an idea, something that I wanted to place into people's mind. So that way, at first, Horton, who was originally the first person to pop up as the dual tainer, Horton, he was kind of a shy kind of fellow. He didn't really stand out that much. So he got an idea. He was like, so what shall I do? And then cauliflower was created. Many people started taking cauliflower serious, even though I'm not a serious character. But people took him pretty serious. But now here I am, armchair, red hat, standing next to a mannequin. Who can?
This is something I've been wondering since day one, finding your account. What's with the pictures on the wall?
Oh yes, the pictures on the wall are people who have faced me in a duel and have lost. So their spirit now lingers here at the circus. So
Oh,
every
okay.
single day when I go live, I can see their smiling faces up on my wall, and it keeps me going. And I cannot wait to add even more to the wall.
Past duelist. Stay forever in the circus. Got it. Don't make him mad today, Devin. So my next question is also obviously a Yu-Gi-Oh question. What deck are you favoring right now on your TikTok live streams currently?
One of my favorite decks so far is the one I've been using, and it's one of my most favorites, something that the great Captain Smoke himself referred to me. And when I
Mm?
found it, it just fit. Because, it has flip monsters in it, so I love a surprise.
Oh, okay.
The
Yeah,
Prediction
no, I'm kind
Princess
of
monsters, one of my
okay.
favorite cards. I can flip any monster face down. Exciting.
Question: what's with the one single card in the hat? Why did that one particular card in particular? Why is it in your hat?
These cards itself, they were originally just put there for like funnies because people wanted to ban cards. So I'm like,
Mm?
I'm just gonna go ahead and start putting cards down that they ban, so that way so they'll at least get some showtime. Because that's all we really desire here at the Eternal Circus is to everyone be able to be in the spotlight. So the cards that are in my hat, they finally get at least some showtime, even if they're banned.
I know the ban list is hectic. Do you guys? Let me ask you this: do you guys go off of the Konami ban list, or do you guys go off of a ban list you guys make in your Discord server, or the TikTok rules, or whatever with y'all's Yu-Gi-Oh circuit?
We go off a ban list that is created by, I believe, two individuals. One, Yakuto Armoto, and the second one, Demon Crow. They're the ones that decide which should go and what should stay. Even though there might be a little bit of, fuss about it. But, we're not going to go ahead and get into that.
Honestly, while doing research on you, I was like, why is it always one specific card in the hat? But that makes sense. Thank you. Okay. Let me ask you this: can you go into more details about the Eternal Circus?
Yes, the Eternal Circus originally started out as just the mass duelist himself, Horton. So the main thought of it was I needed something that would catch on, a brand, something that would fill people's minds with happiness and always put a smile on their face. And so that's when the Eternal Circus came in. All my characters seemed to have something unique involved, and that was circus like. And so Cauliflower originally was created, and then the whole circus theme was going rampant. And so now that's where we are now, here, with me leading a group of circus members trying to play Yu-Gi-Oh! And entertain.
Let's see here. Oh, so I was again doing research on you. You seem to have multiple members in the circuit. By multiple members, I mean there was one guy. He had the like scarecrow persona. Like Michael, not Michael Bay. Batman Begins Scarecrow persona and things like that. And I was wondering, besides you yourself, who are the other full time entertainers at the Internal Circus? If that makes sense, what I'm asking.
Well, the one that you're mentioning is the great and powerful Gale Shadow. He is the leader of the Eternal Circus and my boss. He often always tells me over and over in my head, he says, "Don't forget to smile, Cauliflower." So always smile. Because if I don't smile, then bad things can happen. But Gale Shadow, he's the leader. Then we have the most beautiful and lovely Madame Lorraine. She's the fortune teller here at the Eternal Circus. And then we have the Beast himself. He's a rather naughty fellow. I don't really associate much with him because he's a rather, unclean individual. And then we have the Master Duelist Orton himself, who just loves to put on a show. And then we have who? Who is the next person? Um, Wraith. Oh yeah, of course I would forget about Wraith because Wraith is always down under in the abyss. He don't really like the spotlight. Light kind of hurts his eyes a little bit, so we keep him in the dark so he can, just chill.
Boss. Okay, noted. The boss is the
Even though I
Scarecrow
wish I
guy.
was, but
Got
unfortunately
you.
no.
Got you. Got you. So if I see the Scarecrow guy in my direction, keep going forward. Got it.
Oh yes,
So
he's
listen.
a rather scary fellow.
Yeah, no kidding. Anytime I seen him on your TikTok page, man, he was giving me creeps, man. So noted. So let me ask you this: just digging into your lore at the Eternal Circus, and you kind of just briefly mentioned it. You called out somebody in particular. I didn't write the name down. I apologize for that. But somebody one day had made you upset during one of your duels on TikTok, and you said that you were going to put, I believe his name was, Mikey, in the Internal Dark Place. Can you go into a detail what the Dark Place is underneath the Entertainment Circus or Internal Circus? Sorry.
Yes, I often don't, really talk about it, but, for the show, I might as well go ahead and say it. For those that don't appreciate the value that I put in, those that choose to constantly get on our nerves, people who don't truly desire to smile. That's where they go. When I defeat them, no, they don't have the luxury of going on my wall. Instead, they go somewhere dark, somewhere deep underneath the circus, in the dark abyss where the powerful Wraith lingers. He's the one that watches over the abyss, and he's the one that will come for you if you don't want to smile. So let's all just smile. So you don't have to disagree.
Understand it, and you kind of went in great detail. Thank you. It's kind of like the Shadow Realm for your circus.
Oh, yes, in a way. Those the
I mean,
lost souls that don't desire to even smile, be happy. That's where they go. No, unfortunately not.
I'm mad tonight. Side note, Kyle says if you do send me to the Shadow Realm or the Eternal Circus Under Down, please send him an email so he can know to post a job on Indeed. It's a very top filling job here.
Maybe
But
I
thank
might
you.
add you guys to the wall as well. Maybe get you a deck here and let you go live and play and duel with us, and then you'll always be eternally smiling. Always
Oh,
smiling.
well, I actually do have a deck currently, but it is terrible.
You're welcome to come
Trust
then.
me. Oh man, let's see here. Okay. So, is there anybody in the TikTok duel circuit that you haven't faced yet and you want to face them? Is there anybody in particular?
There's actually two individuals who have yet to face live. One of them is the great and powerful Giuseppe. He's a rather good duelist, part of the Dueltainer network.
Okay.
The other, his name is Mobran. Both of them are duelists who I choose that I so desire to duel. But the two of them, they're retired apparently. They're scared. They're scared to face Cauliflower. I mean, who would want to be scared? I mean, who would be scared of this face? I don't know. Are you?
Your circus. Let's see. Yep. Okay, just another Yu-Gi-Oh question for you here. What would be the dream deck that you would build if you could build it, or do you think your current deck is your dream deck that you're using?
Right now, I'm looking at a voiceless voice deck, which is something that I would like to work on for TCG, in fact, because I just love ritual spells and ritual monsters. But right now, I would have to say that, I'm pretty content with the deck I have. There's nothing I truly desire. Because if I truly desired it, what I truly desire, and it doesn't even have to do with Yu-Gi-Oh! At all, it's just to entertain, to put on a show, to everybody make them happy, to make them smile, to put the light out.
Okay.
That's what I truly
I'm
desire.
surprised. I'm surprised because of your persona. Doing research on you, you give me zombie deck vibes and dark magician vibes. The guy from the original series, I can't think of his name, but he also wore a mask. He was also a big dark magician deck guy from the OG series. You remember who I'm talking about?
Yes, I believe you're mentioning Arcana, I believe his name is.
Those are the top two decks I could see you having in the near future: zombies, dark magicians, and then those are the top two. Me personally, I'm actually trying to build a heroes deck right now with hero and
Oh,
destiny, and it is
let's just put
it's
one
it's not
together
it.
right now, a heroes deck.
What's that? Sorry.
I just put a hero deck together just the other day, in fact.
Oh, did you? Yeah,
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to build them all up. My wife wants to get into it, and she wants to do Crystal Beast, and I'm like, no, 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 not for you, not for you, because she's never played, and she's like, oh, I want to do Crystal Beast. No, 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 no,
It's
no. Crystal
fun.
Beast. No. She's got to start from like the basic, like Gen 1. I'm talking like, let's get you a Blue Eyes deck. That's the Blue Eyes structure deck. Nowadays is pretty structured. So I also could see you doing dragons. I'm surprised you haven't done a dragon deck
I had a
to put
blue
on the
eyes
show.
deck, but certain decks just constantly repeated. People play them over and over, and they just get repetitive. As the Dark Magician itself and Blue Eyes and all these constant decks, people don't want to add their own pizzazz to it. They just play the same things that they see other people use. Now, it's okay to use the same archetypes, but if you're going to play heroes or something like that, it's always
Mm-hmm.
best to add something that makes you you, something that makes you unique to your own oneself. And then that's how entertainment is truly born.
That's like another thing too. I'm running so my current deck. It's funny. I'm doing a little bit of heroes, but it's fire. I'm doing fire with water combined together. Original Gen 1 kind of deal. And I'm trying to build with battle boxing, with XC summoning, things like that. It's okay, but I got it off of the legendary duelist Fireheart, I want to say. It's a pretty good deck. I got about 45 cards, but it's so spell and trap heavy. When I use it for our local events down here in Tifton, you just can't compete with meta. All the people down here want to play with metas. I'm sure you guys have that frustrating here on the dual circuit.
Yes, we have people who really try hard. They don't understand the true value of what being a dual tainer is about. They just want to claim victory amongst every single person. And don't get me wrong, I enjoy winning from time to time. I mean, to be able to have somebody's face on my wall, that's a big achievement for me. But deep down, if I wanted to, I could build a very sweaty deck. And I just choose not to. Mostly because of the fact of it is it's not entertaining. If I stand there, if I wanted to play TCG, I would go and hang out with the sweaty tryhards and the locals. Instead, I like to come here and just play Boomer, play original cards. Just have fun.
Of course, I stopped playing Yu-Gi-Oh back in 2010. So anything past Yu-Gi-Oh 5Ds, dude, I have no clue. You know what I mean? Let me ask you this: since you guys say, I know the term now is Boomer Yugi. When does Yugi Boomer start and end? Obviously, it's the original series. When's the cutoff? Like 5Ds maybe, or Yu-Gi-Oh GX is the
Yes, we
cutoff?
stopped
When's the cut?
playing after pretty much after Synchro. So if you go up to Synchro, anything
Mm-hmm.
after that is X'd out.
Okay,
So
interesting.
yeah, if you want to
So
play
it's
pendulums or other stuff, then you would have to pretty much wait until Max himself, who's the creator of dual tating itself, he's actually making a format as we speak that's going to allow people to add add-ons. So that way, if they want to use Pendulum Monsters, which is a singleton TCG, then they're allowed to,
mm,
which I'm fairly excited about because I have my own Pendulum Monsters here as well that I would like to use. Abyss Actors, kind of unique to me because they can actually show how acting I am, how I really truly love to act and entertain people.
Ah, that's right. I didn't even think about the protagonist for Arc 5. He's an entertainer. Duh. Duh. You would have had his deck. Oh, gosh. I know a little bit about Arc 5. What I like to do is I like to watch the anime first, so I comprehend the cards better. I didn't even think about that. They literally have an entertainer protagonist. You would have had his deck. Interesting. I didn't think about that. I was thinking about the Boomer deck. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
usually we
probably
don't
would be
tend to
it.
go over those. That's one thing about them is like they offer more unique decks, so people's
Mhm.
characters could truly shine. Now, I'm not ragging on the original cards and original decks that go out, but they're
Mhm.
very limited. So if you want to be a Blue Eyes player, you're gonna have 4 or 5 other people who are playing Blue Eyes. If you want an Elemental Hero deck, you're gonna have other 5 or 6 other people playing Elemental Heroes because they're very limited on what they can do. So when you add
Mhm.
pendulums, XZs, and then links, and all the shebang, you pretty much are allowed to use that creativity to be able to create something that will be your own. And that's why I've been working on a pendulum singleton deck known as Abyss Actors, because they're all about acting and taking the stage and showing who the true light is for.
All the way through, so you can use it. So I'm excited to see that. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Last question here. So, if there's is there anybody in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime series from across the board who would you face in any series?
I would have to choose Merrick. I mean, something about him just, vibes with me. I mean, as many how many personas I have, it's rather
Uh,
unique to be able to meet somebody who has the same kind of mindset that I do. It's about I don't take over people's minds. It's just I live in them.
and this is gonna sound crazy because I'd go against Joey. I think
Oh,
Joey
really?
would be an easy win. I think he'd be an easy win. I
Yes,
think he
from what
would.
I've seen on the Yu-Gi-Oh show, Joey is rather, you know, he's very yeah. He relies on luck, and in our world, luck isn't practical in a lot of things. We see that
Well,
every day when we break in our
let me ask you this: have you played the last Yu-Gi-Oh game they made for the Switch, Legend of the Duelist?
I have not. I have not really been caught up with the whole video games and such. Horton just recently bought a Xbox, so he's been
Oh,
playing
really?
Minecraft.
Oh, dude, I got stories from Minecraft for days. But it's funny. Well, if you ever do get a chance to play the Switch version, Joey's deck is so like spell heavy, and then monster wise is a bunch of level 3/4s. His top card is probably normal wise is probably Alligator Swordsman, Battle Axe. About his highest card's about 1,700 attack, give or take. Bunch of spells. He relies on Time Wizard a lot, which we all know that Time Wizard's literally luck. So if I had to choose a character, I'm going against Joey. Especially
Wait,
the deck I got now with Elemental Heroes and Battle Boxing mixed together, I think I got a chance.
I think since I've gotten back into Boomer, I haven't met
Uh,
anybody who's really used Time Wizard. I think it's because they're more focused on trying to win, and so that chance of them actually having their field wiped isn't something they desire to do.
if it's come out correctly for me, I would usually what I do is I play two lower monsters in defense mode or just one monster in defense mode, and if I lose something, then I lose something personally. But that's just me.
I used to
Got to
do that
play it
back in
one.
the day when I started. First, originally, I had a card called Dice Jar. I would go ahead and
Oh
take a
yeah,
gamble, and I
yep.
used it quite often. I actually I believe I beat Captain Smoke in a 4-way duel by doing that. It was quite
Oh,
entertaining.
that's. Oh, I should have put that in my notes. Yeah. How do you? To me, the four-way duels. To me, just watching it from a viewer perspective, it's just chaotic. How do you guys manage that, or is it just like I couldn't keep track of it personally?
Usually, it goes from player to player. You roll a 6-sided die,
Uh,
and whoever gets the highest will go first. Whoever gets the lowest will go last, and then you will
mm,
not attack the first round, and then
mm.
after the first round is over, you can then attack. Uh, it's it's pretty much just regular dueling. The only difference is you just got more turns.
Okay.
and you can choose who you attack, or you choose what spells and traps to use against somebody.
Well, that pretty much wraps all my questions, Cauliflower. Not a very long episode today because I know it's both late for us and things like that. Of course, you just got off dueling somebody, so I didn't want to take up too much of your time. So, where can the people at home find you on social media and things like that? Floor is yours.
Oh, you can go ahead Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook, wherever you go, just type in the Eternal Circus, and there you'll see my smiling face all over the social media. That's where you can find me.
And it is pretty good artwork. I do love your profile picture on TikTok and Twitch. Actually, where did you do that yourself? I'm sorry, I should have slipped that in there.
Oh yes, yes. This original picture that I took of for myself.
Oh, nice. Okay, I like
Oh,
it.
you're talking
Well,
about
guys,
the Discord one? That's an AI. Someone made it AI for me.
on your YouTube, the TikTok, and things like that. I don't think I saw the Discord one,
Oh yeah, the
but okay,
one.
I'll
Yeah, that one is an AI version. Someone made it an AI version of it, and I thought it looked pretty well, so I went ahead and added it for a
okay.
profile picture.
All right. Well, I love it, dude. It honestly makes you stick out, just
Yeah.
from an outsider perspective. So we love the picture. But hey, if you guys enjoyed what you heard today on the Random Hour, subscribe to us. Not only do we have the Random Hour, we have my sports podcast, the More Sports Podcast, sports podcast for everybody, where we even have an episode called Moo Sports. You heard it, Cauliflower, Moo. We might talk about cow racing in that episode. Who knows? And of course, we have our movie podcast, Popcorn Buckets, where we review movies from kaiju monsters like the Great Godzilla to Gander and things of that nature. And of course, we have our YouTube channel, Random Incorporated, where you can see the other video versions of guests that we've had here on the Random Hour. And you can follow us on our social medias at Twitter at Random Corporate One and on Instagram as Bucket Boys 2023. Cauliflower, do you have any last words?
Oh, I just appreciate you for having me on here, and maybe one day you and I will be facing each other against on TikTok Live dueling. Let's hope. So maybe I can add you to the wall, and you'll always be smiling.
I won't come into the circus tent, but I'll take you on out in the streets. uh, until next time, guys.